Frank Darabont is quoted by gointothestory.com, where he discusses, quote, the whole industry of we can make you a screenwriter. And he says, I have ambivalent feelings because ultimately, even though there is some benefit to be gained by those things, I stress the word some benefit, minimal benefit, ultimately, you know what it boils down to? You're sitting at your desk all by yourself for years, trying to figure out your craft and applying the effort necessary. And that's what nobody wants to hear. Everybody wants to hear, I can teach you a 3-act structure, I can give you a formula, and you'll be selling these screenplays within 6 months. BS. And what's funny about it, these guys in the business of being screenwriting gurus, they don't even write screenplays. I do think there is some benefit to these classes, but I don't think people should be misled into thinking it's a be-all and an end-all, and that we're going to walk out a screenwriter. Everything is self-applied effort in life. Everything. You don't learn anything easily. How would you respond?
I couldn't agree with the guy more. I mean, he's absolutely right. For at least 25 years, I have been railing against the fact that the normal way that screenwriting is taught, this 3-act structure that he mentions, is a bunch of bunk. It doesn't exist. It's false. And it's all about that magic bullet that I was talking about earlier that says, hey, everybody can do this. It's not that hard. All you have to know is that every script has 3 acts with 2 or 3 plot points. It's bull. It's not true. And yet an entire industry has been built on this. And it's something that makes me especially angry because what it's doing is it's taking advantage of writers. And I love writers. I hate to see them taken advantage of. And especially because of the fact that almost every writer, at least when they start out, before they become a professional, if they were to get to that level, they have no money, they're certainly not making any income from their writing. It's a very tough life. And I don't like to see those people taken advantage of. Now, where I would maybe disagree with him slightly is in the sense of that not everybody is doing what he's talking about. You know, just as not all writers are the same, not everybody who teaches the craft of story is the same. And it's, I think, important not to tar everybody with the same brush. One of the things that I have done from the very beginning is be very clear about what I am doing there with those students, which is I'm not teaching them the art of writing. Nobody can teach that. But I think what you can do, and what I try to do, is teach all these craft elements, these techniques that I think are very useful to people, and that has always been the hallmark of all of my classes, which is be practical. If it isn't useful, then it's worthless to talk about. The big problem with most of these writing classes and books is that either they talk about 3-act structure, which is the emperor's new clothes, doesn't exist and will not work at the professional level, or you get talk about writing concepts that's so ethereal as to be useless when you're actually facing the blank page. Where I think comments like that really, not necessarily fail, but they don't go far enough, is these people like Frank Darabont don't admit or tell you that they have quite a background of craft technique that they know. Now, I don't know where they learned it. A lot of people, they have natural storytelling ability, and then through the practice of writing, they have developed these techniques. But those techniques are real. They do exist. And what has always been the purpose of my class, my main Anatomy of Story Masterclass, is from the very beginning when I put it together is I wanted to give writers all the techniques that I thought were essential that they would know in order to have a chance to write a great story. And I believe that from the very beginning, I have kept that promise, and I have given that to people. And I think that's why the response to my classes has been so strong over the years, is that when people leave there, they leave with a lot at their fingertips. They have actual practical tools that will work and can make their story better. And I've got, stacks of letters from people, including one we just sent out yesterday from a novelist, very successful novelist, written 9 novels, just sent me a letter saying, thanks for the class that I took in New York a few months ago, because I just got through the first round of Sundance. And she said, thank you, thank you, thank you, changed my life. I mean, I love getting that, right? I love to hear that, because for me, it's all about making it work, because that's really, this writing is so important for people. It is who they are deep down. And so if you can help them turn that desire, that passion, into practical techniques that can get it on the page, it's very fulfilling, it's very satisfying.